The last bridge, a soldier's greatest mission. The desert night was silent, broken only by the low growl of distant engines. Specialist Aaron Malik, a 26-year-old communications expert in the 11th Recon Unit, crouched behind a shattered wall. Dust coated his uniform and sweat stung his eyes, but his focus was unshakable. Tonight wasn't just another mission. Tonight, he carried the fate of 300 trapped civilians and his entire platoon on his shoulders. The mission intelligence reported that an enemy convoy had wired the only bridge out of the valley with explosives. If detonated, no one would escape. Not the civilians hiding in an abandoned school, not Aaron's unit, and not the medical teams waiting on the other side. The commanders needed someone who could slip through enemy lines, cut the detonator wires, and radio for an extraction. Aaron volunteered instantly, into the dark, with only a suppressed rifle, a toolkit, and a small drone. Aaron moved silently through the valley. Enemy patrols swept the area with flashlights, their radios crackling in a language he barely understood. He breathed slowly. He timed his movements to the wind, the shadows, the gaps in footsteps. When he reached the underside of the bridge, he saw it. 7 charges, 2 tripwires, a remote detonator with a 30-second failsafe. If it triggered, nothing would stop the blast. "Just stay with me," he whispered to himself. The moment of truth. Lying on his back beneath the bridge, Aaron started cutting wires with trembling fingers. One wrong snip would turn him into dust. Then, a flashlight beam swept across the rocks above him. Enemy soldiers. Their boots crunched closer. Aaron held his breath as they stopped directly above him. The ground vibrated under their weight. One soldier dropped to a knee, scanning the shadows. Aaron had seconds. He clipped the final wire. Click. The detonator powered down. The soldiers above heard it. "Move!" Aaron shouted, rolling out from under the bridge just as gunfire lit up the night. He sprinted for cover, zigzagging between boulders, returning fire only when absolutely necessary. He dove behind a dune and activated his radio. "Bridge is clear. Evacuate now." The escape helicopters thundered into the valley. His platoon loaded the civilians on board, rockets streaking across the sky as the enemy scrambled to stop them. Aaron stayed behind the last chopper, firing steady, controlled bursts to protect the rear. When the final helicopter rose, Aaron jumped, grabbing the skid with raw strength. A soldier inside pulled him up. "Thought we lost you," the sergeant yelled. Aaron just smiled, chest heaving. The legacy back at base, Aaron didn't brag. He didn't pose for pictures or tell dramatic stories. He simply said, "I did my job. Anyone here would have done the same." But everyone knew the truth. No one else could have pulled it off. The civilians lived. His unit survived. And the legend of Specialist Aaron Malik became the mission every young soldier learned about. A reminder that one brave person in the right moment can change everything.